have a sentence from a book which we always remember. Actually, I have a dozen of those comments or remarks from the books that I've read. And even today, when I read a book, I always underline those sentences or quotes. And one of those sentences, for me, dates back to 1994. That was a Turkish book titled Yeni Hayat, A New Life. And this book starts with a sentence, bir gün bir kitap okudum ve bütün hayatım değişti. I read a book one day and my whole life was changed. And I have a very similar story. I saw a poster one day and my whole life was changed. I was in high school, the 9th grade. It was a very ordinary day. I came to school and I saw a yellow poster at the entrance of the building where they put always the announcement, news, and etc. It was a yellow poster. It was written in Turkish, "Would you like to change your life?" I stood there 1 minute. I told myself, yes, I would like to change my life. And the poster belonged to AFS, American Field Service. That's an exchange program for high school students from all around the world, and which creates an intercultural dialogue platform for a more just and a peaceful world. Do you know, Martin Luther King Jr. said once, people do fail get along each other because they fear each other. They fear each other because they do not communicate each other. And that was also for me for the first time, coming out of my comfort zone, from my own family, city, school, even country. And I was together for the first time with different young people with different backgrounds, religions, or nationalities. My journey started on 1st of September 1997. My dad drove me from Ankara to Istanbul airport. I had only one luggage with me. Imagine, I had to put everything what I would need in a year into one luggage only, which was a challenge by itself. And we came to the airport, and my dad told me he won't be able to come out of the car to say goodbye, because he said otherwise he wouldn't hold his tears down. So I went inside with my luggage. I met with the officials of the AFS. We went to the check-in counter, and the hostess told me that I missed already the one and only Turkish Airlines flight on that day from Istanbul to Frankfurt. Because back then we had no mobile phones, no emails, no WhatsApp messages. Apparently they called a fixed line number and no one did answer it, and that was it. So we had to find a very innovative last-minute solution which would bring me from Turkey to Germany. And that was the Hungarian airline Malev. I flew from Istanbul via Budapest to Frankfurt. My first ever flight in my whole life with age of 16 was the flight with Malev from Istanbul to Budapest. And of course, I would never imagine that I will be one day as ambassador back to my transit destination. My life changed even twice at Budapest International Terminal. First one in 1997 as an exchange student. The second was an ambassador in 2022, 25 years later. I spent a year in Germany, lived in a German family. I had a mom and 2 more sisters. And my German mom, whom still I call like Mama, German means mom, as my real role model and also my mentor as well. Besides having 3 kids at home, she was also the mayor of Stuttgart. So she woke up every morning at 5 a.m., got ready, made breakfast for us, and then she went to the city council hall meetings, attended conferences, delivered speeches, hosted receptions, but she always had an ear for us at home as well. So I've learned a lot of things from her. The first thing, this very famous 5 a.m. club, now you can encounter on social media almost every day, which makes you have to start the day as early as possible to fuel everything through the day as well. So for me, my German mom was the real founder of this 5 a.m. club. And I've learned from her how to dress, how to run the office, how to cook, or how to host big receptions, but also I've learned from her how to have the courage to change and not to be afraid of it. And I had the privilege to accompany her to her speeches, conferences, and during that year, I decided to become a diplomat one day. I have to admit, it wasn't that easy being a young Turkish girl in Germany in 1997. I received a lot of funny questions. For example, whether we still ride a camel at home, or whether I read and write in Arabic, or whether my father was married to his fourth wife. Even today, unfortunately, nothing changed that much. Okay, no one is asking me whether I still ride a camel at home, but I still see surprising faces when I introduce myself as the Turkish ambassador. Even in my previous life in private sector, also now in public life, when people encounter a young female in a leading position, and meanwhile that she is married and also raising 3 kids, they have a very surprising face. They introduced me one day when I came here first in 2022 as a new Turkish ambassador. The guy phonetically didn't understand it very correctly, and he asked me when the new ambassador would arrive. I said, the ambassador is already here and you met the ambassador. He was surprised because he told me that I am the one and only Turkish ambassador he met without a belly, without a mustache. So people have this stigma that all these roles are not incompatible each other, and this perspective we have to change. We have a lot of challenges, by the way, to keep the working life and the family life as well, and I'm sure your moms have very similar experiences at home too. While we have very long working hours, we have very long to-do list, and we have to take care of the well-being of our co-workers. Meanwhile, we have to also take care at home. We have to fulfill the demands of motherhood and well-being of the family as well. And this is very much challenging, I have to admit. But women have a leadership style which is more collaborative and more inclusive as well. I guess this relates very much because we are mothers too. We have this human touch in leadership, and we have our own unique way of strategies to find solutions, even in complex situations too. I guess that's why women are very much successful in soft diplomacy areas. When we talk about soft diplomacy, we mean the culture, art, literature, or gastronomy even of a country. But that doesn't mean that women are capable only for soft diplomacy. No, contrary. Women are as much as capable, like men, for hard diplomacy as well. It is also scientifically proven if a woman is involved to a peace process or a conflict resolution, those processes are lasting 35% longer of any process which involves only men. So that is very important. And as women, we are powerful agents of change. And that's why we have to discuss women leadership at every opportunity. And we see there is an increasing gender turn in favor of women in all areas, not only in diplomacy, also in defense, in healthcare, in education, in other areas as well. But still, there is only 10% of companies of Fortune 500 are led by women, or there is only 28 countries in the world which are led by female heads of states and governments. So there is still a certain room to grow for us, and therefore, what we have to do, first, we have to believe in ourselves, and second, we should not hesitate to take a step forward. So thank you very much.